Yesterday, Cricut released a new machine. Let's talk about it. It's called the Joy Xtra, and it's a bigger version of the Joy, which is the smallest Cricut machine available. Now, there's two main things that are different about the Joy Xtra. The regular Joy can only cut things 4.5 inches wide, and the Joy Xtra can cut things up to 8.5 inches wide, so twice as big. That's great. And then it can also do print then cut. So you can print things on your printer and then it'll cut them out. This is mainly used for making stickers. That is something that the regular Joy cannot do. First impression is I think it's really cool. I think it's a great in-between size. I think this would be very helpful for people that want to do crafts, but just you don't have the room for a larger Cricut machine. Now, the price is $199, and that's where I get a little bit hung up because you can buy a Explore Air 2 for $199. I think I got mine for $179 a few years ago on Black Friday. So for the same price, I would personally just want the bigger machine that could do up to 12 inches wide. Obviously, the technology is a little bit newer on this one. I'm sure it will cut much faster than the Explore Air 2, um, but I don't know. If you're going to be paying that amount, I would rather get the bigger machine and not be limited on size. Whenever people ask me which Cricut machine they should get, the first thing I always ask them is, well, what do you want to make? Do you want to make shirts? Do you want to make large cardstock projects? Or do you only want to make smaller decals? Do you want to make stickers? And those are all questions you should be asking yourself before you buy a Cricut machine, because that's how you figure out which one is good for you. I pretty much never recommend for people to get the Joy, the original little Joy, unless you're absolutely certain that you're only going to be wanting to make small projects, or you just have absolutely no room and you just want it on your desk and not really getting in the way. It's super cute and small, but I just think you're going to love it, and then eventually you're going to want to be able to create larger things. So I do think the Joy Xtra would be a good in between. I mean, you can still use it to make shirts. A typical medium adult shirt, your image is going to be a maximum of about 9, maybe 10 inches wide. But that's the maximum size. So you could definitely still use this for making shirts, tote bags. You could always put the image sideways. So if it's wider than 8.5 inches, if you're using the smart materials on the Joy, you can cut up to 4 feet long. I don't know when you would ever need to cut something that long, but my point is there's ways that you can make an image that's wider than 8.5 inches just by putting it vertically instead of horizontally on the mat. I would love to hear your thoughts on this, whether you are interested in this machine or if you would rather just go for the full-size Cricut.